Good morning, everyone. I was scrolling through YouTube and I came across this. I love modern Renaissance man. He is down to earth, he is smart, just an all around great guy. The video is entitled Breaking Squad Member Furious Over Anti DEI Push and Demands First Amendment for Whites. For whites get abolished. And I just thought it was funny because the squad members are black, and black people are such gentle folks. They want to get along with everyone. They're just such terrific people. And you have to label them black people. You can't just say that's a great group of people. No, you have to say they're black people. And if you're white and you say that, you're racist. So let's listen to this video and see what's going on now.
It said, welcome to How to Keep Black People Pissed Off. Well, First Amendment. How are you guys all doing? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You guys are watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, in which I appreciate you that you are watching it. Make sure that you're following me on all the platforms you see above and below. Hitting this like button right here is how my content can consistently be recommended to you. And ladies and gentlemen, if and when you do subscribe to the channel, which I hope you do, be sure to hit that bell notification. That way you will be notified when I do post a video. Those of you that follow me and are subscribed, double check to make sure that you are, because there's a good chance that you may not be subscribed to the channel. So ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have to talk about this, because here we go with another tactic of black folks. Oh my God, y'all. I'm going to keep on talking about this. I'm going to keep on bringing it up because I want you to pay attention to what's happening. I want you to pay attention to the tactics that are being used to keep us in a certain mindset, to keep us looking at things that actually are of none effect. But if we believe those, they are effective in keeping us from moving forward. I want you to pay attention to how the very things that these people are trying to claim that the others are doing is exactly what they are doing. It's amazing, right? Check this video out and how Miss Presley comes at this man.
Presley. There's something wrong with her mentally. Seriously, she should not be a member of Congress or anything.
And what he should and shouldn't be saying. Check this out.
And I'd also just like to take a personal note of privilege to say, please keep Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s name out of your mouths.
Yo, this bitch. Did she just say she has privilege? But I thought white people were the only ones with privilege. And as for keeping Dr. King's name out of your mouth, bitch, who the fuck do you think you are? Martin Luther King. You got a problem with me saying that? This is why this bitch should not be in Congress. She's speaking for people. She's doing this. She's doing that. Martin Luther King is an iconic symbol in history. And somebody isn't allowed to talk about him because this bitch says so? Unbelievable.
Your perversion of his words and his mission, when his children have asked you to stop invoking his name.
Fuck his kids too. He's an iconic iconic symbol in history. Stop invoking his name. Oh, so he's only to be used as a weapon by black people. Well, why does his name have to be used as a weapon at all? And even though he's an iconic symbol in history, he was just a man and guilty of a lot of things men are guilty of. This bitch is acting like he's God. There is no man that's God. There is no man that comes close to being God. Stupid bitch.
and perverting his work when he was a proud and unapologetic black man.
Bitch, you could give two shits he was black. You're just loving the opportunity to telling somebody off using his name. Which is exactly what she's accusing that other person of doing.
Fighting for equality for black Americans and all marginalized people.
And what, black people and marginalized people don't have equality? No, you got to keep telling them that. Yeah. And you've got to coddle them and all this other shit. Look, let's say me and this woman go for a job at the local grocery store. We're on even footing. The job pays. What was the last amount of minimum wage I remember? I don't even remember the last amount of minimum wage, but let's say it's $10 an hour. This bitch would have people believing if I got the job, it's because I'm white and they gave me more money than what they would have given her, which is a lie, which is what most of these pieces of trash do. They lie to keep everyone separated. Because you know what would happen? If we were all on the same page, on the same footing, we could get these jokers out of their fucking office and get real people in there who really do understand the needs of the people, not just their ideology of. If we all came together as one entity, there is no way the government would be able to do this shit to us. But people like this joker love it. And like with AOC, how did in just 4 years does she have a net worth in the double figure millions and she only makes 100, I think it's 170,000 whatever a year? Come on.
So you all are entitled to your opinions, but not a denial of the facts. But I'm not surprised that you would deny American history.
And bitch is reading from a script. So she knew exactly when she was going to interrupt this person and say shit. And she knew exactly what she was going to say. The words that would actually trigger people. Some would say that makes her a great orator, that great this, great that. No, it makes her a piece of trash. Because you're not there for the people, you're there for yourself.
A colleague across the aisle invoked the phrase of, we must do everything to stop government-sponsored oppression. Well, I've just enumerated numerous examples, which is exactly
Numerous examples of what? All you're doing is bitching about Martin Luther King.
why we have legislation and an executive order to reverse this harm. And that is why I'm committed to opposing this bill and urge my colleagues to do the same.
Yes, because you must get people in there based on the color of their skin, not whether or not they can do the job. Well, if it wasn't for this, people who look like me wouldn't have a job. Maybe you shouldn't. And that's not because of your looks. Jasmine Crockett walked into her boss and said, "You should hire me because I'm black." So? Who gives a fuck you're black? You are proving you are the Democrats' little puppet. Don't hire her because she can do the job. She has all this education. She's eager to help people. No, just because she's black. That's a crutch. We need to get rid of the crutches because no one needs them.
Thank my colleague, and I appreciate my Democrat colleague for exemplifying exactly the kind of oppression of freedoms that we're referencing.
Yep,
How about we'll quote whoever we want to quote?
yep,
How about that's my First Amendment right?
yep.
That's exactly the kind of baked in oppression. Like, how dare a white Republican quote Martin Luther King? We actually had a congressman say that just now in this committee. Well, thank you.
And you just heard her scream across the room. No class, no integrity, no dignity. It is now not her turn to talk, but you heard her scream across the. My God. But yet, black people, even this woman would say, she's oppressed. Where the fuck are you oppressed? But keep pushing this lie.
Good lady, for once again exemplifying the type of oppression that we stand against. You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
Order.
And look, people shut up when she was talking. No, she thinks if she yells and screams, she'll get her way. That is not someone who needs to be in that job position. Well, I'm fighting for black people. No, you're not, bitch. You're fighting for yourself. You're fighting for yourself.
Order. Mr. Higgins has the floor.
And we will quote who we
Look,
please
Mr. Higgins has the floor, and that bitch is still screaming her ass off.
to quote.
A disgrace.
Yes, she is a fucking disgrace.
And we will continue to speak freely because now I'm a veteran. That's the country that I serve. That's the Constitution I swore an allegiance to. And that oath has no expiration date. I will fight for it with my last life's blood. For my right to speak freely and yours, good lady. You will never hear me saying, how dare you quote anybody you please to quote. And that exemplifies, America, precisely the type of institutional oppression that my colleague, Mr. Cloud's bill, for which I'm an original co-sponsor, hopes to push back against.
Now look at all that. Don't you keep Martin Luther King name out your mouth. You don't. And I'm
Get your black attitude out of this shit, first off. See, that's why these DEI hires are no good. Affirmative action. There must have been a time affirmative action was needed. But it's not needed now. So you get by on your merits and what you've done already. Not the shaking of the head, the neck like a fucking bobbing chicken. Not yelling across the room to shut somebody up when it isn't even your time to speak. Oh, but I be a black woman. It always my time to speak. No. Nobody interrupted her when it was her turn to speak. People had respect for her and shut up while she was talking. She cannot do the same for anyone else because she's a black woman, which is a crock of shit.
Glad that this man was able to say what he said right back. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is exactly why we have an issue right now. Who is she to tell this man what he can and cannot say? First Amendment. Now,
which is what goes on in the sector of YouTube I'm in. If the black people don't like what you're saying, they get together, they flag you, they flag your channel. So either your video is taken away or your channel's taken away or you're completely blocked off YouTube. But they're the ones who are oppressed. Eh? It's that victim mindset. So keep people thinking they're victims. They can't overthrow you and your bullshit that you pull. Yep. And who's the main ones doing the oppressing? It's not white people.
we want to play those games, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I don't like about what a lot of folks do. Black folks, listen to me because I'm trying to help y'all. And so certain folks have a certain mindset that are black, certain folks have a certain mindset that are white, especially white liberals, especially hardcore Democrat black folks that grew up in the church. You guys are used to people saying stuff with passion like she did. Keep Martin Luther King name out your mouth and you dead. And y'all just,
has nothing to do with being part of the church. It has to do with her attitude and her thinking who the fuck she is, that she's above everyone. Bitch, you're in there to represent people, not to be above them.
Y'all see what she said? She straight told that white man. Look what she said. She told that white man, just like Will Smith said, keep Martin Luther King name out your mouth. Girl, did y'all see what she said to that man? Oh my God, she sure told him. And that's all you got out of that is that she sure told him. What good did that do? What good did that do? Like that gave her a one-up. It did absolutely nothing against the very subject that they were talking about. Now that we got that out the way, how do you feel right now? How do you feel that y'all so-called, she sure told him? It's the equivalent of pastors them saying stuff with such charismatic energy and everything like that. Y'all, he sure preached today. What was the message about? What was the root meaning of what he talked about today? I don't know, but the way he said it sure made me feel good.
And that's the problem. She was wrong for what she said, and she disrespected her colleague. And she's allowed to get away with it because she's a black woman. And like with most instances, you don't want to deal with them. There are some that you can talk to. They're intelligent enough to hold on a conversation. For the most part, from what I've seen, especially in the sector of YouTube I'm in, that's a rarity that you can actually talk to one of these women and have a decent conversation. They think they're better than everyone and everything. And if you're white, they will get together, like I said in other videos, that pack mentality, and come after you. But this is okay, right?
It's the same exact thing. The way she said it sure made you feel good, but what did it accomplish? What was the message? What was the overall subject of what they were talking about? What were they actually debating in this? Yeah, get pissed off at me all you want to because I'm keeping it real with you now.
They don't want to keep it real. They want a delusion. And I say delusion, not illusion, because it's messing with their heads. And they love it. They really believe all the rhetoric they're being told.
This thing where I play along with the same type of rhetoric you want to push. Okay? She said, "Keep Martin Luther King name out your mouth. How dare you quote Martin Luther King?" Okay.
Well, if that's the case, excuse me, how dare they teach Luther King in school? How about they completely wipe Dr. Martin Luther King out of the history books, out of history, like they did with a lot of other people in history to try to cover up their own bullshit? And I'm talking about the Democrats. Black people are truly stupid if they really believe the Democrats were always on their side. No, the Democrats have always been on their side and the elite's side. Now, I'm not saying there aren't Republicans like that, because there are, but you need to get them all the hell out of there. Congress is supposed to represent the people, not themselves, not for what they want. But nope, she was insulted, told a guy off while it was her time, and then when it was his time, started screaming across the room. My opinion, she's nothing but a research animal. She and a lot of other people in Congress are like lab rats. They're caught in a cage, and once they get out of the cage, this is what happens. It's insane.
What that man said, well, you need to stop speaking English, black woman.
Mhm.
How dare you speak the language of a white man that taught.
There you go. Would a white person be able to say that to black people? See, that's why there's a problem. Black people say whatever the hell they want, and it's fine. White people, oh no, no, no. It's like this push with this Shiloh woman because she called that 5-year old kid the N word. I understand where people are coming from, that white people should be allowed to say all words. And yeah, we should be. But out of all the descriptive words in the English language, that is the only word we can choose to use. Well, maybe that's the only word that will really hit home. Now, as for this Shiloh woman, I don't think what she did was right. You don't want some strange kid touching your kid's stuff? That's fine. And I don't want to hear people's mouth, oh, because her kid was white and that kid was black. No, stupid. Because you spend money on your kids' toys and here comes another kid just trying to take them. Which, first of all, is a great way to teach your kids that you can just walk up to anyone and take what you want, right? Uh huh. He was 5 years old. 5-year olds touch and play with toys and do what they want and blah, 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 blah. It's what they do. I don't care the kid was black. I don't care if the kid was white. That's what they do. But again, I think it's amazing how somebody had a camera ready to get it. A lot of things are being set up, and I don't want to hear, well, white people are walking into it, because then that proves me right again. Nobody likes me being right. Everyone wants to say I'm just racist. Wrong. Black people and elites, and it's not all on either side, are setting up shit to create this race war. And let me tell you, it's not going to go the way people want it to go. Because remember, black people make up only 13% of the community, which I think it's a lot more, and that number's being hidden. But there are black people who don't like this bullshit. You think they're gonna side with these assholes just because they're black? Wrong time to pull this shit.
You to speak that language, or better yet, how dare you speak the language that a lot of your ancestors
Yep.
learn to speak. Stop speaking a white man's language right now. Go back to go
Exactly. Go back to that language. Most black people feel they were taken from Africa. Well, look at that one woman. She thought America was so racist. She moved to Africa, and what happened? She's crying to come back. You're all delusional if you believe all this shit. America is still a great country. No, I'm not talking about the MAGA bullshit. It's still a great country. You don't think it is? Leave. It's a choice. Excuse me. Now I get what Tommy Sotomayor meant by slavery was a choice. It wasn't much of a choice. You either obey, go through the atrocities, and live, or you fight, go through atrocities, and you're killed. Still a choice. It's not much of one, but it's still a choice. And a lot of people choose this bullshit.
Doing that. What if he was to tell her that? All y'all would be y'all, like right now, how a lot of y'all are getting pissed off. Y'all would, all hell would break loose. I can't believe he told that black woman to go back to speak. How dare that's the racist? But yeah, at the same time, the very reason why we have the most unique, the awesome, most best country in the whole wide world, United States, is because we have a very divine document called the Constitution, the Bill of Rights. The First Amendment is absolutely 100% awesome. We have the longest running Constitution in the whole wide world that has not been changed, and it does not need to be changed because, according to what I believe it was divinely inspired, and in spite of what y'all believe, divinely inspired. So look at what this woman just said. How this man can say what he want to say. You don't tell him you can't tell this man what he can't say. And yet at the same time, how they try to come at him about, I can't believe there's a white person talking about being oppressed. Yet at the same time, there you are literally bestowing oppression on him by telling him.
Exactly. Oh, but black people can't do that.
What he can and can't say, who he can and can't quote. Negro, please. Anyway, y'all, let me know what y'all think of this by putting it in the comment section of this video. Don't forget to do what you guys see in that cloud. If you guys have a cell phone, get into those cell phones right now. And if you know that there's somebody that would benefit from watching this channel, please encourage them to subscribe to the channel. We got a little over a month to try to hit 450. Can we do it? Let's see. Don't forget to do what you guys. Did I already say that in the cloud right there? Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I'm all over the place because this video got me going, as y'all can see. The next video that I will be doing in chronological order is going to be up here. Things that I do is a variety like music reactions that y'all love is right here. I am Ty Smith, Model Renaissance Man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I pray every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.
There was a great example of what I mean. Black people are doing the oppressing. Oh, but they can't because they're black. What kind of crutch is that? Everybody needs to take these crutches and smash them. This is bullshit. Black people do nothing but scream about equality. You have it. Oh, well, we're not all millionaires. Not all white people are millionaires, so shut the fuck up. A lot of people just need to grow up and use the brain God gave them.